So guys, today is mostly a celebration of the year. We're going to talk about, we can go to the agenda, Cindy. We're going to talk about what we've done this year. So a little bit of a data update just to recap the year for you guys. We also are going to introduce a new staff member. We're going to hand out awards. And we're going to give you just a snapshot of what the coming year is going to look like in the program. So we can go to the next slide. And I am super thrilled to announce that we hired a new quality improvement coach. Her name is Victoria Garcia. She is a public health care professional. She has over a decade of experience in population health, quality improvement, and data interoperability. She's a longtime Colorado resident. She is very interested in advancing health equity across the state, particularly in rural communities. Her background includes serving as a health equity advisor for the Colorado Department of Public Health, managing a portfolio of prison reentry funding for the Western Slope of Colorado, and leading regional care coordination and outreach programs for FQHCs across Southwest Colorado. She's currently finishing her Master's of Public Health at Dartmouth Institute of Health Policy and Clinical Practice. We are thrilled to have her on the team. She is coming to us from the Western Slope, so we're happy to have the ability to kind of have a staff member a little closer to the people who aren't in the Denver metro area. So if you see her, say hi. She should be in your email box and on our meetings in the coming year. So thank you. We go to the next slide. You might guys remember this. We started the year doing this, just centering ourselves with a little bit of lived experience and centering on our why of why we're here, why this program is so important, why the work that you all are doing with us really matters for maternal health. And so we're going to pause here and do a short video. Thanks, Sydney. I'm going to turn it over to Gretchen, who's going to talk to us about how our year has gone.
Hi, everyone. It's great to see so many familiar faces again. I just want to say congratulations to finishing up another amazing year. Congrats on all of the incredible data work that you guys have been doing in terms of collecting and submitting the data. Here, we just want to give a little bit of a cohort shout out. So here we had about 20 birthing hospitals that were in our cohort, 17 in Colorado, 3 that occur in or that are in Montana, accounting for about 43% of Colorado's birth volume. So congratulations. And here's a little map that shows sort of where we're all located. We can go to the next slide. We had 4 new hospitals join in 2023, and our program now accounts for 49% of Colorado births. And 11 hospitals joined Moms Plus, and we'll be moving into that next year. A little more detail to come as we go through this presentation today. Next slide, please. So just wanted to give you guys, again, another wonderful round of applause for all of the hard work you're doing. These are our screening rates. So we show here across time, the last 3 points represent 2023, from Q1 to Q3. As you all know, we'll be awaiting with bated breath in January for Q4, and we'll happily share all of the year's data once we have that in January. But here we just see the great improvement that we've had. Some of the trends going pretty steady over the year of 2023, and others definitely improving. So congratulations to you all. Next slide, please. And here we have some of our clinical care practices for those who have tested or who have screened positive for substance use. So here we see that rates really improved across most clinical care practices since 2021. So shout out to you all again. Steady rates of case management with a social worker and counseling on treatment, which is really great that we're staying steady and not declining. Definitely, though, shows room for improvement as we keep moving forward. Next slide, please. And here we see that our MOUD clinical care practices for those that screen positive for opioid use, overall really great positive improvements, especially since Q4 of 2022. An average of 36% of an increase across all of these care practices for those who have screened positive for opioid use. I want to highlight here in this gray bar that our MOUD initiating MOUD during birthing admission is still relatively low in comparison to the other categories. This is still improving, but we hope that this improves even more in the coming year as we start to work more closely with Moms Plus and their program to help improve MOUD care practices in our participating hospitals. And here I want to highlight some of the great achievements amongst naloxone distribution and counseling. Here overall, for the year, we've seen improvements from 2022 through 2023. I know we see a dip here between Q2 and Q3, but still recognizing overall that it was an improvement from last year to this year. So great work. And moving forward, we hope to see this improve even more. Lastly, I want to just give some really great shout outs to all of you in terms of the 75% of all patients admitted who were screened for substance use disorder. That's amazing across our cohort. Of our participating cohort, 56% of hospitals submitted data timely and complete. We also saw a 30% increase since the last year of patients receiving or being referred to recovery treatments, and really great improvements across implementing and fully implementing structure measures across all of our different types of structure measures. So great work. I'm going to open up if anyone has any questions, comments, things that they've noted in their hospitals or with their data. Please feel free to either unmute or put it in the chat. I also want to just offer that I'm always here to host any sort of office hours, if you will, to review data submissions if you are having challenges with collecting and or submitting data, and or the great use of being able to access your data dashboards and really sharing that more broadly with your teams and your L&D units. I think sometimes we can kind of forget that we have all of this wonderful data at our fingertips. And so I'm always happy to orient you all to sort of see how we can go ahead and download some of those figures, and that you can share them more broadly to show the wonderful work that you all are doing. And I will turn it back if no one has questions, but always feel free to contact me at any point in time. I love talking data.
Thanks so much, Gretchen. You all may know me. My name is Sydney Comstock. You get a lot of emails from me. I'm the program coordinator here. I'm just going to go over all of our exciting achievements and awards from this year. I joined in June, so I haven't been here for the whole year, but it's been lovely to work with you all. Just as a reminder, we have 2 quarterly awards for COAIM-SUD. First one is the Data Star Award, and that's when you submit 100% of your hospital level data and then about 50% or more of your patient level data. And then you submit that timely and consistently. And then for our Collaboration Award, we mark that by you attending one-on-one calls quarterly, as well as coming to these amazing learning collaborative meetings that will continue into the next year. So these have been our past winners for the past quarters. And then, very exciting, we are super duper excited to announce our perinatal luminary for the year. We have 2, Swedish and Valley View. We are super excited to celebrate you guys. The Perinatal Luminary Award just sort of illustrates people and facilities that we've sort of seen put extra time and passion into this work and really do innovative things here in the perinatal substance use world. So please, I will be reaching out to you to get all of your fun gifts, where probably you will receive a plaque or sort of like a standing award to go on a desk that you can showcase to everyone who comes into your unit. And then we would also love to cater one potential lunch and then one potential dinner for different shifts in your hospital. But thank you guys so much. We really appreciate your engagement and involvement in this super important work. And then I just also want to show we get great pictures from people who have used the quarterly awards. As a reminder, you get about $200 in Amazon or Visa gift card. And so these are some of the things that people have used them for on their unit. And we just absolutely love these pictures. Please send them whenever you take them. We love them so much. This is from Parkview. And then we also have some great pictures from Valley View as well. And this can also give you some ideas of what to use future gift cards towards. And then additionally, we want to say, personally from us, we wrote a couple little CPCQC staff comments. I know for me, I was really grateful. You all have welcomed me with open arms. Being a program coordinator, it can be overwhelming sometimes, and you all have responded to my emails, showed up at the meetings that I've set up, and I just want to say thank you so much. I'll let Katie or Amber or Sarah go next, sort of saying their own little comments.
I can go next. I wanted to acknowledge that I am so impressed with the buy-in that you guys gave us for our stigma and bias training this year. We did an excellent pilot project in October for perinatal substance use stigma and bias training, particularly for nurses. And we had such excellent show during all of those pilot trainings that gave us really valuable data. We're going to continue to offer those trainings based on the feedback that we got. It's always encouraging to me, particularly to see nurses really stepping up. I think they play such an important role in patient care. They're usually the front line for patient care. And so guys, thanks for supporting us in that training, and continue to send your care providers to it.
I can go next. Oh,
Go, Sarah.
thanks. I just wanted to say thank you to everyone on this call and those who obviously couldn't make it as well, but also being new, like Sydney, I'm just in awe of your passion and dedication to this work. Every time we're on a one-on-one or we receive an email from you guys, it's just very clear that you have a passion for this work. And I hope that continues into the next year as we partner on this work. So thank you.
I can go. Hello. I'm so proud of all of the teams and all of the work. As many of you know, because you've seen me for a long time. I was on the team that started this learning collaborative as a pilot in 2020, and then the first cohort was in 2021. So I know a lot of you have been here the whole time, and I really appreciate it. You probably see a lot less of me now, but I'm still very involved in the back end and know how hard you all are working. So in my little shout out, I wanted specifically to call out Tina Cox at Valley View. I know they had some tough changes over at Valley View, but Valley View has always been, one of our standouts. And I know a lot of that was because of Tina. So congratulations, Tina. And very, very good job for all you've done, especially in the last year, but always. And then also Dr. Lisa Becker at PSL. Has been an amazing champion since this program was a pilot in 2020 and continues to be an amazing champion and is always, going above and beyond and trying to find new ways to advance PSL's work on this. So really appreciate both of you, and I appreciate all of you. I couldn't obviously call out every single person that I appreciate, but those were some people who popped to mind as people who were really doing a lot in the last year.
Thanks, y'all. And then along that theme, we also got some anonymous staff shout outs to celebrate even more people. We heard some just absolutely lovely comments from your colleagues at hospitals around the state, and we just wanted to give these sort of a time in the spotlight. Dr. Steenberg, Leah, and Mari were all given shout outs, specific things about their hard work, their passion, their dedication to this work, working on some great innovations at whatever facility they're a part of. And then we also have even more people on the second page, Dr. Stefka Fabry and Lisa. We were just like, Lisa Thompson, we were so excited to see these lovely shout outs from your colleagues about this great work that you're doing. You are problem solvers and you are just, spearheading this important work. Thank you all so, so much. And I will hand it over to Sarah.
Thank you. And so we do have some changes for our learning collaborative meetings for this next year. So we just wanted to give you guys a little quick overview of what those will look like. In the last few months, we as CPCQC have really tried to align our SUD programs with Moms Plus in Chosen, just to make sure we're all on the same page, that we're in alignment. We are not running parallel, but our programs intersect. So they will now be present on these meetings moving forward, at least quarterly. They'll be invited to join each of them next year, but really making sure that they're present quarterly moving forward. And then if there are any sites or hospitals that are not currently participating in COAIM-SUT, they will also be invited to these calls, again, just so we can all make sure we're all on the same page. And we are finalizing our topics for the year, but we wanted to give you guys a little head start as far as our first quarter. The quarter one meetings are January 11th, February 8th, and March 14th. And we anticipate talking about race, ethnicity, language data collection to support equity in your facility, at CPS and tox testing, and also plans of safe care. And also, we would be really excited if you would invite your C-suites to some of these meetings. We will definitely send out some reminders to you guys, but if you feel comfortable reaching the C-suite and letting them know about these, that would be great.
I think Carly is up.
Sure. So like Amber mentioned, we have the perinatal stigma and bias training for substance use disorders or patients with mental health concerns. The pilot phase went really, really well, and I just want to say thank you to everyone who attended and gave feedback and encouraged their coworkers to come. I think it went really well. Right here, we've got a QR code to the interest form. As we're moving on to phase 2 and we're starting to host the training at individual sites, this very short form basically allows me to keep record of who's interested, and what hospitals or what teams would like to host the training. And so people who fill out this form, I basically get in contact and start figuring out who's the best person to talk to at your site. You can also, I'll throw my email in the chat, but always feel free to email me with any questions you have. Yeah, I'm looking forward to see where this goes.
Thanks, Carly. We are too. We also wanted to alert you guys that we typically host SBIRT training or screening, brief intervention, and referral to treatment training at least once a year for really anyone who participates. We encourage all of your staff members to have received SBIRT training. And so these trainings are open to nurses, physicians, midwives, case management, hospital leadership. Anybody is encouraged to come. We partner with Peer Assistance Services who run SBIRT trainings throughout our state for all populations, but they've created a tailored training for us for perinatal substance use. And it's a really, really valuable training. We are hosting it on April 17th. We're going to do a lunchtime and an evening session that day. And then we're also going to do it again on October 16th, a lunchtime and evening session, trying our best to accommodate shift workers. Again, encourage your staff to attend. It is a 2-hour training. CE is available. Anyone who participates in substance use, patients who could experience substance use and interacts with that population would benefit from this training. When the registration for these are open, we'll certainly send them out. But if you are marking your unit-wide calendars or your education calendars for the year, we would love for you to pencil these in so that your staff is aware of them coming. We'll go to the next slide. We also, many of you are involved in more than one of our QI programs. We have a sister program to COAIM-SUD that is a primary cesarean reduction program. And it is also run as a learning collaborative similar to this program. We are currently enrolling for hospitals to participate in our 2024 collaborative. This program works a little bit different in that it's a 1-year commitment. It'll be January to December of 2024. It's a very sort of intimate settings of hospitals that are participating. Everyone sort of goes through the program together. Really a lot of opportunities for hospitals to talk to each other about learning challenges, things that are happening across the state. And so again, time-limited commitment. And for that reason, the enrollment for this ends January 15th before the kickoff the following week. We're excited about this program. Colorado generally does a great job with our cesarean rates, but our data shows us that from hospital to hospital, rates can vary anywhere between 7 and 45% when we're looking at C-section rates. And so what that tells us is certainly there's opportunities to both improve and to learn from our other facilities throughout the state what they're doing well. So highly encourage you to take this to your teams. Take it to your administration. We're happy to share more recruitment information. We have a great letter that talks about the financial incentives for lowering your C-section rate through quality measures through the state. We also talk about the benefits to the hospital, such as shorter stays for patients who have vaginal deliveries versus C-sections, better staffing ratios when patients aren't surgical post-op patients. So happy to share all of that with you. Scan here. Let us know if you're interested. Know that it is time limited, and we would be happy to see you as part of that cohort. You can go on. And then guys, that is it. We would love to give you some time back, but please, if you have questions, speak up. The floor is now open. We'd love to hear from you. We hope that you have a great holiday. We're going to see you back in January with our first coaching call. I'm very excited to host one of the providers at Denver Health who led their quality improvement project around race, ethnicity, and language data collection. We know that plays such an important role. Our ability to gather data on race, ethnicity, and language play in a really important role in our ability to address disparities in maternal health care. And so even if you're not a data geek like Gretchen, I think this is really going to benefit us to learn how we can do it better, and not only how we can do it better, but how we can teach our colleagues at our hospitals to collect better data and use it in more meaningful ways. All right. Anybody else? Staff-wise, welcome to speak up if I forgot anything. Otherwise, we'll open the floor to questions.
there's no questions, you guys are welcome to have 30 minutes back. We hope everyone has a warm and safe holiday season, and gets to see loved ones. And just know that we all love and appreciate you. Bye.
For our hospitals that were Luminary Award winners, we will be in contact.
We will be
with your awards.
Also, for the Luminary